Morning, Danny. It's Friday. I have your questions. Per your request, I'm going to respond to your questions. Sorry for not doing so earlier. Number one, a nice outdoor place I like. I like the Washington Mall, the National Mall in Washington, D.C. There's also a couple parks that I go to. There's Meridian Hill Park, which is kind of in the Columbia Heights neighborhood, and there's a place called P Street Beach, which is sloped. It's not a beach, but it's next to the creek, and it's a sloped grassy hill kind of with some trees and enough space for dogs to run around. So you can go sit under a tree and watch the dogs play. My friend Delaney brings a hammock and strings it up between two trees. That's a fun place to hang out outside. I like hanging out outside. A delicious meal that I cook. I can make like steak and potatoes that taste really good. I make a good sandwich. I make a good quesadilla, pasta, toasted oven baked vegetables. I got some asparagus today, so I'm gonna have some grilled asparagus at some point in the future. And that should be good. Olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, maybe some cayenne. It's good. What do I want to do before 2022 is up? Maybe find a job that I want to work. I've applied to a bunch of places lately and talked to at least one hiring manager, and I'm not gonna force myself into a position that I don't really want to do, but if I find something that I want to do, I would obviously do it. And if I find something that I don't necessarily want to do, but I definitely could and probably should do, I'll work there. I just think it would be good to find a job and spend some of my time making money and being productive. How about them Celtics? That was a good first round win. They're on to the West or Eastern Conference semis. I'm trying to think of who they're playing. I don't remember who they play now, but they beat the Nets pretty handily. So good for the Celtics. Who are they playing? The Eastern Conference teams remaining are the Sixers versus the Heat, and the Celtics versus the Bucks. Yeah, Milwaukee Bucks. That'll be a good series. Good for the Celtics. My go-to dance move, it's really just kind of like a nod your head, bend your knees, like shoulder shake combination. There's no one move, but if I have to dance, I'll cycle through like 3 or 4 pretty generic moves just to give the image that I'm dancing instead of like standing still. You just kind of have to be grooving a little bit. Some bad advice. I'm sure I've gotten plenty. One thing that comes to mind is when you told me, when you were in college and I was still in high school, you explained the difference between college and high school assignments as you're an adult now, so you choose how to spend your time. You had some analogy that was like, or some story that was like, if I just don't feel like I want to write my paper tonight and I'd rather spend my time elsewhere, that's my decision. So, it's up to me because I'm an adult, was like the gist of it. And I just took it to mean I don't have to do my homework because I don't feel like it. And that's how I kind of acted for the first 2 years of college until I had like a 1.8 GPA, and I figured out I should probably just do some homework. And yeah, it probably was fine advice. I just took it. I took the excuse to not do my homework because I didn't want to. So maybe I just didn't need to hear that. You could have just said it's important to go to class and do your homework because you'll get better grades. A musician I'd like to see live. There's lots. If I could see a dead, like an artist who's no longer alive, I'd want to see any of the classic rock bands, the Beatles, and I've been listening to a lot of Jim Croce lately, and you've definitely heard his songs. I'm sure you know who he is. I didn't really know who he was until I did this like little YouTube bender. But he died at 30, and he like wrote like 10 really good songs in a year, and then died in a plane crash. It's very tragic. It would have been cool to see Jim Croce, I think that's how you pronounce it, live. Private teacher, guitar, maybe like Spanish to get really good at Spanish, or another foreign language like Chinese. That'd be cool to know. So either a guitar teacher who can really get me going in the right direction, or a language teacher of some sort. What's going to happen? Lots of stuff. Plenty of things. Lots of things are going to happen. That was question number 9. What's going to happen? Stuff. Hella stuff is going to happen. Classical music I like Für Elise. I like the Moonlight Sonata. I don't listen to a whole lot of classical, but sometimes if I feel the urge to listen to classical, I will just put a Mozart or a Bach or a Beethoven or a Chopin playlist on Spotify. I like Chopin and Mendelssohn. That's a guy. I'm trying to remember names from my classical piano training. I feel like Mendelssohn's a guy. So, one of them. All right, that's my vlog. Happy Friday.